Is wielding the gavel something you will miss?
Well, I suppose I will, but I always had it in my mind to, when I passed my 65th birthday, to stand down. I think I saw a lot of my predecessors hang on a bit too long. Peter Nugent was my great mentor, and he always said to me he wished he'd stood down at 65, and he didn't. And I always had it in my mind to do that. It's very kind of you to say that. I think there have been some wonderful auctioneers in the time that I've been on the rostrum. Obviously Peter being one of them, but I always think of Philip Marsco, David Nagel, in particular. I always enjoyed selling with John O'Kelly. Always enjoyed selling with John. He had great energy and great enthusiasm on the rostrum, and I always thought we were like two fast bowlers going at it, so I enjoyed that.
But I think that, I mean, one of the comments that have been made to me in the recent weeks is that, you know, you couldn't tell whether you were selling a horse for several million or you were selling for the minimum bid. You gave each horse the same effort, the same passion, and, you know, you didn't differentiate between them.
Well, I think I started in Ballsbridge Sales. We started together there, and I always thought, you know, every sale you made meant an awful lot to the people that were bringing us horses. And because I started at the bottom, I guess I always slightly felt more comfortable selling the store foals and like the sales today, rather than selling the £1 million horses, because essentially they sell themselves. Whereas you have a lot more influence when you're selling, you know, fluffy National Hunt foals for people that it really matters to, and that was really the thing I enjoyed most, really.
The Wilde Geese Award, it's a personal tribute to you for your lifetime achievements within the industry. What does this award mean to Edmond Mahoney?
I was very lucky to be born in Ireland, to be brought up here, to have a mother that was keen on horses, which she passed on to me. And yeah, I'm very proud of it.
Lots of other people within the industry get the headlines, trainers do, breeders do, whatever. But the sales company is such a vital part of the economic framework of the business, you know, and yet not necessarily, but the auctioneers don't necessarily get the same credit. And so for that reason, I would imagine that to get this now at this time in your life does mean so much to you.
Well, it's nice to be recognised. I mean, you know, you are slightly the buffer between vendors and purchasers on occasions, and, you know, inevitably, you know, sales can be sad places sometimes because, you know, not everyone's always happy. Vendors don't think they're getting enough and purchasers think they're giving too much. So you are slightly in the middle of that conundrum. So it's very nice to be honoured like this. I really appreciate the ITBA thinking of me, and I don't really think it's an award for me because Tattersalls is a team effort. I've been very lucky to have some amazing people around me working with me, so I think it's as much for them as for me.
Well, I would think that they all feel the same about you mentioning them, but I know from listening to the committee and that they were very keen that, you know, for once maybe throw off the shackles of the Tattersalls coat, and, you know, this is Edmond Mahoney, well done. From maybe a personal perspective, do you look back on the last 4 decades now and have a particular highlight?
Well, I think I was really lucky in my early years to work with Willie O'Rourke. He gave me a lot of opportunities.
Today I saw a photograph of him presenting a trophy at Limerick 40 years ago this Christmas to Boyneside, winning the Tattersalls Munster Chase. So that'll tell you this has been a long journey. This has certainly been a long journey. Yeah. Finally, what's the future for Edmond? Well, what will relaxation look like for you?
Well, I'll always take a big interest in Tattersalls because it's, you know, it's. I suppose I've given a lot of my life to it, and obviously our family are very involved in it as well through my brother-in-law Todd. So I'll still remain involved. You know, after that I will enjoy going racing and doing the things and not maybe having to wear the professional hat the whole time. So it will be rather nice to go to point and not have to think about the next Cheltenham entry.
Fantastic. Well, Edmond, all I can say is from a personal point of view, from the point of view of the ITBA, from the point of view of the industry in Ireland and beyond, we just want to wish you every happiness, every health into the future. Thank you for all you've done and enjoy your time ahead.
Thanks, Leo. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I hope you all have a fantastic evening in January at the awards dinner. Thank you, Carol, very much. Thank you.